So as an African, what is holding me from coming back home? I would say there's a lot of factors into that, and that is a very deep question. You cannot just say, I have just one job, so it won't keep me as busy. That one job will not give you a survival mode. Like, you need minimum 2 jobs to survive. People that come back and they don't even have a toilet to show that they've been in the United Kingdom.
They rent apartments for the time of their stay.
No. I mean, like, in the long run, because believe me, it's good to go in the diaspora to make money. Sector is mainly held up by Africans or other continents. There's lots of Asians flooding in to be doctors, nurses, lots of Africans, lots of Caribbeans, Australians. There's always that exchange of labor. But then the British people know how to keep their money. They know how to keep things intact, because they'll give you with this hand and take with this.
Hey, what's up, beautiful people? It's the Kings and Queens podcast. How you doing, so gangster?
Clean and fresh. Get up for the new year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can see my energy.
We were here and you were in church praying for us.
Man. You don't know what happened. Like, I happened to mention everybody I know, like, within my circle, everybody I ever heard of. I mentioned everyone, so just know my prayers for you were there immensely.
Yeah. So I was listening to a song called This Year We're Making Money, and I believe everyone is making too much money this year.
Of course, positivity all the way.
And guess what? Who we have in the building?
Hi.
Don't do that. Don't do that. We know you ain't toned down.
That is too far more.
No, she's not toned down, so I don't know.
First impressions matter. But yeah, it's nice to be here. Feels good.
I guess we are going to have to catch up with her accent.
No, you don't have to.
You're going to tone it down a little bit for us.
You're the one twisting whatever you're saying.
No, because I'm imitating.
Excuse me, sorry.
You see, I'm here. I was told you're going to be on the podcast.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, let me work on my accent. And right now I'm trying to jack a British accent. A British accent.
Mm-hmm. So you are say the button.
The button of what? My brother. My brother. Samawanda.
I think Siri would say Mawanda.
Mawanda. My brother. Mawanda.
That's how she pronounces it.
But anyways, how have you been doing?
I'm good, I'm actually good. We thank God for the new year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. My disappointment is with the sleep I had on the 31st.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, we're going into the new year. Normally, I'd be outside, I'll be raving. But the previous year, I was like, do you know what? I need to sleep, because maybe I've been having, havoc during the year, because I've been going out on the 31st and the fireworks would find me outside. But last year I said, do you know what? I need to sleep so I can enter the year peacefully. The disappointment was, I thought I would wake up and everything was just going to be different. Like people calling me, do you want money? Do you want this? Like a different year. But
you did unbox someone on 26th. Yeah. Santa didn't come your way.
I'm the Santa, darling. In some situations, we are the Santa.
So you gifted yourself.
If I don't give myself, who will? But my sweetheart happened to actually gift me. So yes, I'm good.
So
you
gangster.
Sound so single. Oh my God.
Man, this year, I'm manifesting, bro. I'm manifesting.
A sweetheart is gonna gift you.
Yeah, this year.
Let's sing him a song. This year.
Blessings, money, testimony.
Gonna follow. No. Just put this year. Good girls. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
I'm big on that, man.
It's about
I've been
time.
telling everybody on every show how single I am, but 2024, hell no.
I think being single is a choice.
It's never a choice.
Is it really a choice?
It is.
Isn't it the fact that you fail to find someone you can confide in?
It's not
someone-
failing to see. I think people fail to compromise. It's not failing to find someone, but people want to approach people with like girls. Let's say approach boys. No, the boys approach the girls with a whole list of expectations. Like they want to be ticking all of them, but sometimes you got to improvise. Okay, you want a girl that's tall, dark, this and that, but you find one that's short with everything else. And you're like, I want tall. Do you get what I mean? So it's like sometimes you just have to compromise
Should you
and go
tell
with the
Booker that same thing you
situation.
just said? Did you listen?
I was trying to.
I mean, should she repeat for you?
No, she shouldn't. I've had everything you've said, yeah? I'm only trying to internalize it and digest it.
Booker does not need prayers.
What do I need?
You need deliverance.
I'll shock you. I'll give you guys a shocker.
Just make sure you don't die in your own movie, yeah?
I'll give you a shocker. But anyways, it's the Kings and Queens podcast. Thanks to everyone who keeps riding with us. Our YouTube channel is The Men at Work. Feels good to be back here. This is our second episode of the year.
Yeah.
We had one recently, and this is the second episode of the year. Feels good. We're growing so fast, and we thank everyone who's supporting the podcast, everyone who's watching every episode that comes up, the guys who are giving the thumbs up, the likes, the comments. Thanks for engaging.
Gratitude.
I'll let you introduce yourself, then we'll get to the queen herself.
Okay.
Greetings, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here once again. It is your boy, Sam Mawanda,
AKA
Sweet Gangster,
AKA
Fully Your Season,
AKA
How many names do
Spank
you have?
Daddy.
Yeah.
How many names do you have?
He has AKAs.
things.
He has aliases. But he's the spunk daddy.
That one for sure. I make sure.
Why are you highlighting that? Why is it the highlight?
Because he wants to settle down this year.
So Spunk Daddy.
It means he has to drop it at some point.
No, I don't think the girls you want to get should know how naughty you are.
Actually, sure, because I need to find my type.
Okay.
You're for the streets, man.
Not for the streets.
I got grilled today. I'm for the streets, and everyone was coming up. On our live was saying, I'm for the streets, I'm for the streets. I don't know why.
You are for the streets.
Yeah.
Saying.
You're
Although I
not.
just saying.
No. I'll defend you, right?
Uh-huh.
You're not for the streets because you are the walking street.
Oof.
Now the man is blushing. Aww.
That's what they get to say. Hola, balo.
Laco Davida. Laco what? Anyways, instead of making me blush, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Okay, so hi everyone. It's a pleasure to be hosted. And my name is, you can call me 5 names if you like, but I prefer to be called Julie K, Juliet. And soon enough, I'll be called Price.
I almost asked.
Diamond price or just price?
Price.
Okay.
Price 01.
No.
I just wanted to confirm something.
Yeah, I don't know where the diamond thing disappeared from.
Oh, the diamond. Because there's lots of people naming themselves diamond or stuff like that. And Price is not everywhere. You just don't hear it all the time. So, and it's a short one. You don't want to be saying DJ Diamond Price. I think it's
Hold
long.
up. DJ.
Price.
We'll talk about
DJ
that.
price on the ones and twos.
All the ones and twos. And what do you do?
What do I do in terms of?
In terms of profession,
Okay, I'm mainly a
any
student.
products you're pushing?
And so basically, what are my hustles? Okay, I'm a student. At the same time, I hustle just like everybody else. I do deal with the events, promotions under Ron Big's empire in
And what?
in London. And what else do I do actually? Mainly that's it. And I live my life.
I thought, yeah.
And I also work in healthcare.
I thought I'll accept your resignation.
Oh, also, I am one of the managers.
I'll accept your resignation.
No, I am one of the managers for Bukachimi, the one that I meet outside the podcast, not this one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll introduce myself. Bukachimi, recording and a performing artist.
Mm-hmm.
Also into the business of digital music distribution and publishing.
Mm-hmm.
I co-host the Kings and Queens podcast.
Nice.
We're always here, and it's a pleasure having you. Hope you're enjoying Uganda. We have to take you
Pleasure's mine.
for
This is home.
a decent local meal.
Yes.
Boka,
I want ebinyebwa mu
you
nyama.
must have forgot something.
Ebinyama
Yeah.
mu binyebwa.
Did you say you the man for the garden?
I'm keeping that low key. That is going off the script today. Hey man, for the girl them. I'm dropping off some ranks. So
What girls though?
Mm-hmm.
guys, don't trust me. Sweet gangster, what are we talking about today?
Julie,
Good.
once again, welcome to the motherland.
Thank you.
How
The pearl
yeah,
of
the pearl of
Africa.
Africa? Yeah. How's your stay like?
My stay?
Mm-hmm.
Been here for like a few days now, 4-5 days. It's quite good. My only problem is balancing the temperatures. Literally, in London, it was like 11 degrees. No, 11 is okay, but like 5 degrees or so. It's always cold. And then landed here. You know my transition from Addis Ababa to Entebbe? It was so hot, unbearably hot. But I mean, this is the motherland, and it's good.
Okay.
Just take multiple showers.
I'm not a fan of
You didn't just say that.
because I love baths. Yes.
Mu Uganda
There's always a
ntono nnyo.
comeback.
Mu Uganda ntono nnyo. So if you're a fan of dipping yourself, it's gonna rain on you.
Julie,
Yeah.
based on our audience and everybody related to the call, we've been seeking to know a few things about the Africans in the diaspora.
Okay.
And you being here, we're gonna take you as a representative
I'll
of
try.
our faculty.
The Msama.
No, actually,
And we would wish to ask you, as an African
yeah.
who is abroad, what is holding you from returning back home?
Well, I'm home, aren't I? But okay.
No, you're home, but you're
I
not
did
like
get the
home,
question.
yeah?
That was just a
Mm.
banter. Yeah. Okay. So as an African, what is holding me from coming back home? I would say there's a lot of factors into that, and that is a very deep question.
Mhm.
For example, I'll start by saying this. I left Uganda for the United Kingdom when I was a bit, grown up. It's been like 4 years now, 4 or 5 years. And it's not the same. Like for my brother, he went when he was a bit younger, right? So to him, he cannot catch up with the culture here. He's more of like them.
Mhm.
And you find yourself in a situation whereby he'll tell you, oh, you're going to Uganda, say hi to them. I'd love to come, but I don't think I'll enjoy it as much. He will enjoy the weather because he loves the weather. But the thing is, the cultures, first of all, do clash a little bit. And the things that when he came back, some time back, like last year, and then he was telling me about the toilets. To him, they didn't match up to him. This boy would keep himself for like 2 days because he was scared.
Mhm.
So culture, I would say there is, let's say timing, it kind of leaves you behind. So the things I'm doing back in London, when you look at the things I would have done if I was to stay in Uganda, yeah, they would be a bit different. Maybe right now I would still be hustling, but I would be a bit better.
What do you mean?
I know you're
Expand
gonna
on that.
Yeah, you're gonna ask me because you would think, oh, you're better or something like that.
Mhm.
Kind of, you're taken back into a certain loop, right? So you go back, they want you to have their own, they're called GCSEs. You would call it a senior 4 certificate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they want their own. If you can convert your certificate, UCE certificate,
Yeah.
to that point, well, probably well and good. Okay, but I don't think you'd get a good mark with it because they're their ratings are a bit higher. And then, so you have to study again, get qualification again to go to university. I'm talking about people that go under family visas or something else apart from student visas. Because student visas, you just start from wherever you're applying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then go back to college, get the qualifications. Then there's this thing of 3 years till you go to uni, till you're allowed to go to uni. So in that time, people say, oh, I'll start working ABCD, but okay, you're working and you're telling yourself, I want to build something back home before I go to uni and get busy. But then again, that money that you're getting, I'm talking about someone that's like getting £1,200 max. You're paying for rent, you're paying for the bills, you're paying for the tax and everything else. So you're gonna get like roughly, after the important expenditure, you've got like 900, 800 left, okay? You need to do grocery shopping, personal item shopping. So you don't really have that money to come and say, you know what, let me buy a plot of land in Uganda for this and that. You need to be saving up. So someone that's in Uganda here may have, it could be slow, but proper progress, if they keep steady fast. And then that's why you find people in the UK 5 years, 10 years, they've done nothing in Uganda. Because the taxes are so high, the expenditure's just mad. So what else would stop me from coming back home?
Okay.
What else would stop me from coming back home would be the time. You need to put in for annual leave, because I don't think Ugandans do have annual leave. Any minute, you people change location after 5 minutes. So you don't have to ask. I was speaking to someone and then they were like, oh, ndiwa neno machi ndiwa noku paka last. I was like, oh, okay, that's close. I can come by. And then I rang them up 5-10 minutes. Mana omvudewa.
That's the thing with Uganda. It's the first time.
Yeah.
I'm like, you people just don't be in one situation for like 8 hours. But you need, for example, I got school Monday, Tuesday, work from Wednesday to maybe Sunday. I may have like 1 day off and then repeat the loop. So obviously your life is just on the go. Do you get it? On the go. And you cannot just say, oh, I have just one job, so it won't keep me as busy. That one job will not give you a survival mode. Like you need minimum 2 jobs to survive. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, but you need to balance out. Of course, you're not going to have 2 jobs that are 12 hours. No. You need to have, if you have 12 hours shift, you can have like another one for 6 or 8, to balance out your body so you don't get too tired. And also there's a thing of some people don't have families to trust here. They don't have families to trust here as such. It's sad, but once you fly out, I think most people start to think, okay, we can milk money out of this person. So once they milk money from you, it could be through lies, lying about business, promising you plots of land. But in actual sense, they're going to just use that money for their own benefit. So when you say you're coming back, they start to get...
You have nowhere to go to.
Yeah, you have no one to go to because they're going to be avoiding you. And that is actually deadly because they could actually kill you. I'm just thinking broadly now, yeah? Mm-hmm. They could kill you because they know you're going to get into issues with them. The best way to do it is just get rid of you. So they keep whatever assets. Do you get it? So some people have that paranoia that, okay, do you know what? Kambareke, they have their property, their money. I'll just leave it to them and I'll stay here. I'll establish myself here. And I'll say, the diaspora is it's a liar, let me just say. It's two-faced. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. You see yourself in a situation where you're like, ndibobi wano naye nsingako.
Someone told me,
Do you get it?
Someone told me that with the proper systems in place, these systems don't actually give Africans a chance to like take that money out of their countries to invest it in Africa.
Mm-hmm. Because why would you do that? But then remember, their labor sector is mainly held up by Africans or other continents. There's lots of Asians flooding in to be doctors, nurses, lots of Africans, lots of Caribbeans, Australians. There's always that exchange of labor. But then the British people know how to keep their money. They know how to keep things intact because they'll give you with this hand and take with this. Wisely, by the way. Because when you look at the taxes, tax charge increases or decreases according to age, according to the number of hours you've worked. So you might say, oh, I'm chasing up a project, so I need to work a bit harder and get my money. Okay, you're going to work harder. Let's say 2 weeks harder. That money, because remember, they take out money before they give it to you. So they give you a gross pay. I think, is it gross or net? Net pay after taking out everything.
After the taxes and stuff.
Yeah, and everything. So they do it within the systems. Do you get it? So the money comes
so
to
whatever
you
is credited to your bank is
final.
What you have to have minus the taxes and other bills.
Yeah, I think that's the net pay. So they do all these deductions without you saying, oh no, I don't want to pay this month, I'll pay next month. Do you get it? So because they have the money there, they're basically in charge of it. And money is mostly electronic, I would say. That's why you find some people saying, nah, I'll keep my money in cash.
Here in Uganda, you'll find people keeping...
Is that the reason as to why most African countries don't have credit cards? I'd rather they have debit cards.
Debit cards.
And then in the diaspora, you guys do have credit cards, right?
We do.
Is it
But
all the same
credit,
umbrella?
I think credit cards is a deadly move. I don't even have one, but I've thought of one. It's just you'd be putting yourself in debt. Because let's say I use that card for £100. The next time I get £100, I'll be thinking, oh God, I need to pay this money ASAP. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Because it's in that loop of, I would say, keeping you mobile. Because every bit of money you get, I need to pay this debt. I need to pay this debt. Yeah, it does help, obviously, for the important things. Yet, let's say you've just entered your house, a new house, moved. Of course, you need a laundry machine. You don't need a dishwasher. You need a refrigerator.
Some people don't need dishwasher.
They want it, but they don't need it. Yeah, that's the question of want and need.
But then here, we even buy stuff that we don't need.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of freedom. And then I would say the need for money, these people keep you hungry for money. Because 1 month, they'll give you get your payment for like £1,800 and then you're excited. So the next time you're going to get like 1,200 and no, I need to work harder. So you break your back a bit harder because you need more money. Do you get it? There's that constant supply. And some people think why they would not come back is because, I'll say this in Uganda for it to make more sense. Katonda yabawanda keddusu for the family. Do you get it? God favored them. Yes, God favored them. So it's basically like, if I leave, who else is going to support my people back home? Yeah.
But you still say that money is not enough.
It's not enough, but it's not as bad.
Okay. Are there chances that the Africans
we are surviving, and if I'm saying it's not enough as such, and that's why your financial habits come in as well. Yes. Okay. After doing all those important deductions, right? Of course, you're left with at least £100 for yourself. Okay. That £100, if you're really looking at something, you tell yourself, I'll put 20 or 30 aside. It's going to take you 5 years to do something, 10 years, but it will happen. Do you get it? It's going to take long, but it will happen. So you'll find people coming from the United Kingdom to Uganda because they've done some establishments and that's okay. And then you'll find people that come back and they don't even have a toilet to show that they've been in the United Kingdom.
They rent apartments for the time of their stay.
No. I mean, like in the long run, because believe me, it's good to go in the diaspora to make money and make a few connections. At the end of the day, come back home.
Are there chances that these people do not come back?
That would be my conclusion. Amidst everything, I would say it's good to go make money, endure everything, but make arrangements to come back home.
So again, just a quick one. are there chances that when Africans go to the diaspora, they disconnect from their culture and their heritage, which makes them hate where they come from? Are there chances?
Okay, hate is a big word.
The cultural disconnection.
Hate is a big
for lack of a better word.
It's a big word, but this is what I will say. Excuse me. The United Kingdom, there's something we call diversity and equality. So when I talk about diversity, it's like having katogo. You have a bit of beans, a bit of cassava, a bit of this, a bit of that. So people get confused, and your children are going to school with other people. So there's that confusion of. So someone will tell you, in my culture, we kneel to greet people down. I mean, we kneel down to greet people, and then somebody will say, "Why are you kneeling?" That is belittling. That's like you putting me down to your level, even worse. Do you get it? So this child will come back home. If you've been training them, and then you tell them, Juliet, how are you? Or Sibiota. Be like, Bulunji mama Oliota. Like, they won't do it in a way of, I despise you or I don't want to obey you. But like, I learned something. I'm not supposed to kneel. Because that's not culture to the other person. And they also feel like, why am I kneeling? They start to question it. So they're not hating their culture, but they start questioning certain things in their culture. Questioning things is all right. You can challenge anything. But sometimes I think no one is able to explain all these things. And sadly, actually, that's true. There's not enough people in the diaspora to educate people about their cultures. So you have lots of questions with few answers. Even none at all sometimes. But yes.
So the embassies are all about diplomatic work.
Yeah, and then of course. They do have some few events and all that they do. Obviously, it's monetary, of course. It's for money.
It comes down to the family yourself. Let's say when you go to the UK and given family, let's say your family is relocating, it's an obligation for your parents to make sure that they preserve culture for their children.
Yes, but I'm saying.
But then she's saying automatically these people adopt to the diversity.
Yes, because if I'm Ugandan and I have friends who are Jamaican, I have friends who are Nigerians, I have friends who are this and that. In their culture, they do this. They're my very good friends. I go to their house, they do this and that. Actually, because every culture has a way they display.
Not to go so far. Even here in Kampala, because we have people from different tribes.
This thing that keeps floating, modern.
Then you find people from Ankole saying, why do Waganda nail? And this woman will be like, oh, this girl will be like, I will never kneel for my man. I will never kneel before my man. But then your culture calls for it. Yeah,
your culture calls. I think
it also comes to the marriages, the ceremonies. They all have different cultures. How they handle the ceremonies.
Just like we learn languages, I think we just have to educate each other because people are so focused on you need to have what's it called? Sexual literacy, learning about the LGBTQ or something like that. I don't know how many they are. That's all I can say. The gay community, right? I'm not saying anything because I don't know much. And the little I know, maybe I'm misinformed, so I don't want to say anything. But just like people are trying to get people to get educated, right? Yeah. About this gay thing and all that. I think we should put more emphasis in training and educating the younger generation about their culture and why we do certain things. You can do something and then I'll question it. But because you're educated about it, you will tell me about it. And then I'll be like, oh, in your defense, that's all right. Do you get it?
Jay,
if you can defend whatever you're doing, I think that's much better than someone asking you, why are you kneeling? I don't know. I'm just supposed to.
Actually, lately, in my observation, I've got to observe that people in the diaspora get to have the urge to preserve their culture more than the people that are here. More so the young generation.
You mean the Africans in the diaspora?
Yes.
How?
I don't know. Maybe, I think, in my opinion, I may think maybe when they get out there and then they feel like they are missing their culture, they get the urge to...
I doubt so because whatever information they're being fed is distorted.
No, also there's the thing of, so I'm grown up, okay? There's things I grew up seeing and I will never do, okay? Now, when I go there and I see my brother trying to pick up on them, I start to tell my parents, I think you should take him to Uganda for like a few months so he can see how things are running. And then maybe he will be like, okay, that wasn't good. I think this is better. You know, have options. Because it's good to actually have options. See, if I tell you...
Are you trying to say we back here in Africa are running away from modern civilization?
No. I'm trying to say there's be civilized, but also have some... those bits of culture that are actually good. Like kneeling down will not kill you, okay? Being polite, and decent and calm, they will not kill you according to culture, okay? Cooking food the proper way, using the leaves and everything like a proper woman will not kill you because one, there's no artificial flavors or something because in the United Kingdom, we don't have the leaves. So we improvise. People will use mingling sticks, people use foil.
Did I tell you one time when I was with Jay on a call and she got a chapati from a supermarket, I was like, what the hell is this? Like, it was like, it's just like...
You put them in the deep freezer.
So like, how do you get a chapati from a deep freezer and you fry it without...
Cooking oil.
In my understanding, you may leave Africa to the UK or anywhere parts of the diaspora, and you find people having common practices, but them having some reasons why they are acting like that. And then you find yourself despising your culture, not knowing. Let's just say like you may be here, so you're gonna be like, I want to use maybe banana leaves because in the UK you don't use banana leaves.
Yeah.
But because in the UK you don't have the banana leaves, that's why I don't use it.
That's why you're not using them.
You understand?
Yeah.
More so like when they do food preservation. You understand? Because
like for example, I would question this. You're in Kampala, Uganda, okay? Why are you eating frozen foods?
Yeah.
You have a butcher there. Is it a butchery? There's fresh meat.
Every day, every hour of the day.
I was gonna swear. Every day, okay? Just wake up in the morning, go get the meat, come and cook. Why are you getting it from the deep freezer?
There are chicken everywhere, and then you go and buy frozen chicken.
Exactly my point. Like, we do these things because sometimes, really, honestly, you do not have time to come home every day from a 12-hour shift to cook from scratch. And sometimes you don't have time to come and go look for these things. For example, I live in Southeast, okay? And there's nice places I like to get food from that I like in the North. I can't do that every day. Do you get it? So I'll go get stuff and I'll keep them.
Somebody who is in Sweden told me that for her, they have to move like 5 hours to get to the African shop to buy African food and stuff.
Now, we do have a lot of them. We do. It's just most of the foods you'll find. This is funny. You'll find plantain. Nigerians love plantain, right? Yeah, I
so
love
much.
Plantain too. But
That's
when I show
pounded.
them our matoke, they're like, that is unripe plantain. Yeah, I like that too. But it's not the same. It's not the same thing.
I think it's only, I don't know about other countries, but I think it's only Uganda that has matoke and bananas. Those bananas. Because even you see, even in Rwanda, they have plantain.
Indians actually do have it.
I almost as interacting with someone from Rwanda, Queen, and she had posted something on her status saying her favorite meal is plantain, and here plantain is like a dessert, so an add-on on a meal.
And actually, for us, the most common kind of plantain is not what other people are having, because
I don't want to say plantain is a meal.
Right?
I want to say it's a snack.
It's a snack, yeah.
So
yeah, but you can have it with a meal.
And she was saying it's her favorite.
You can. I mean, you can. I can't say you cannot, but it's just, I think, saying, "Oh, I'm only gonna have plantain" and call it a meal.
Maybe these guys prepare plantain like a real meal. They have plantain and then with sauce with it.
What
When
kind
they
of
cook
sauce?
it. Any kind of sauce.
People
like
in
beans
Ghana
or what.
pound it.
Pound plantain.
Yeah,
Then it's not plantain.
it is plantain.
Okay.
They pound it, and then it forms kabanga kaunga.
Pounded
That's new to
yam.
me as well.
Not pounded yam, plantain. I watched a TikTok video.
Where is that?
Fufu.
I don't know what it's called, but it was plantain.
Where's that?
It was a comment video. You know the short guy from is it Ivory Coast or something?
Yeah, I know.
With a big head.
Yeah.
So he was carrying plantain and then put it in the pounding what is it called? A mortar. And then they pounded it, put it direct on a plate. So this guy had it with sauce.
So
If it's pounded, I think that's all right. Because if I'm to say it in Uganda, yaliya kawunga n'envazi,
Hey.
right? It's just a different wording. But
okay, what do you consider as plantain? Because for us, what we consider
think
as plantain is gonja.
well, I'm gonna try and represent the Nigerians, not in my best way, but I think plantain is a snack. You know, it's like bananas, and then you chop it up. Because my favorite snack is the plantain crisps. Yeah, I think I streak you that a lot. Yeah, plantain crisps, they're my favorite. And I think it's just the snack. Call it a snack, please.
Okay, so
I'll call it a snack. In my understanding, it's a snack.
So, Gangster, you have something to say, because I want us to like get to the depth of
The question.
the Africans and the Africans in the diaspora.
oh yeah, so
You get
we came across a post by someone on the internet, and this guy's he lived in Africa for 15 years and then left for diaspora.
which country, to be more specific?
I'm yet to find out.
Did the person mention?
I'm yet to find out.
Okay.
And I'm gonna read
15
what
years?
his experience is like.
15 years in Africa, and then they left for the diaspora.
Okay, so their mindset was a bit open.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So double
I like that.
experience.
I like
So-
that. Yeah, I like
He's
that.
saying,
Mm.
in quotes,
Mm.
in my case, home hasn't felt like home for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
I was a teenager when I left. I wasn't quite fully cooked. My habits, impressions, culture, and worldview were all very malleable.
Mm-hmm.
And the hammer that ended up shaping me was an American one. Most of what has transpired in my life that has made me who I am today occurred on American soil.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the US that I first learned that it was what it was to be poor, cold, underfed, and without papers.
Say that again.
It was in the US that I first learned what it was to be poor, cold, underfed, and without papers.
Oh, okay.
So proper documents.
Proper document.
Yeah. It was in the US that my dating and mating habits were acquired. You remember he left when he was 15.
Mm.
And so while look like an African,
Actually, there's.
And-
sorry, I'll cut you off there. When he
Yeah,
said
it's okay,
dating, right?
yeah.
He said it was in the what? About
He
the
said
dating?
it was in the US that my dating and mating habits were acquired.
Yeah, there's
He
a
left when he was
competition.
15.
There's a competition to be in a relationship. I'll say this.
Yeah.
There is. You find a 13-year-old crying because a boy is not giving her attention or something like that, and it's
A
sad.
13-year-old. I'll give you a scenario. I used to work with a friend. I'll choose not to mention, the name. And then he had a little girl, 5 years or 6, and she would tell the mom, "Buka is my boyfriend. Why isn't Buka giving me attention? Buka is talking to other girls." And in my head, I was like, okay, because she was a kid, And I was like, okay, how is she exposed to this? And how is she bold enough to like have this conversation with the mom?
I think they just want to open their minds. Exposure is very important in everything. I prefer, instead of you telling me, oh, this works better than this, let's try it out. Do you get it? I love to like try things out, and then I'll be like, do you know what? Actually, I prefer this. Let me go for this, because according to me, I've tested them out and I'll do this. So to them, they call it awareness. I would call it awareness too. So it's like people let their kids to go and explore, and then they're like, you know what, mommy, maybe I'm not ready for relationships. I'll wait until like I'm 20, this, that, because they've tested it. Maybe they've had their first heartbreak at 14, so they don't want to be heartbroken again.
Imagine having your heartbreak at 14.
When did you have your first heartbreak?
I don't remember.
Of course, it was that long. Okay.
You got me off guard on that one.
We do have multiple
Multiple
No,
heartbreaks.
That's a serious one,
Okay,
actually.
when was your
A
first?
serious.
Your first one
When I'm
that
first-
really, really hit you.
Like when I'm really mature.
No, I don't care. You could have been 2 years old and you're like,
Is secondary
With
secondary school, college on the other side?
no.
What is it?
So college is like the middle gate between uni and high school.
So as in that middle gate
Yeah.
when
it's
I
like
go
the middleman.
heartbroken.
So after year 11, yeah. So it's the same thing as senior 4 here. So you can choose. I'm going to relate to senior 4 a lot. Senior 4 is when you get your GCSEs, okay, your UCE. And then after that, you would decide to either go for 6th form, which is 2 years. And here it's form 5 and form 6.
That's A level.
So
Advanced level.
Yeah, advanced level. So you could choose to go to college because college is it's more of hands-on. You study and then do placement as well. So it's hands-on, not just theory. And there's freedom. You don't go to school every day. You literally go like twice.
I think we also have that setting.
The
It's
institution,
the
the-
vocational
the
institution.
vocation studies.
We also have that in we have secondary schools and colleges. The example is Makerere College.
Okay, for school.
So
Yes.
what are the qualifications for going to Makerere College?
I think it's the same thing, but it's just what they teach. Some stuff is hands-on.
And so you don't need any qualifications.
I think it's the same.
You
Like
do
secondary
need
school, it's just the
qualifications.
syllabus that changes a little bit.
Okay.
For
And then
college
after
school-
that, can you use that diploma to go into uni?
Yeah.
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 Okay, then
But
that's
then you have something that is hands-on, whether carpentry.
Yeah. Very
Okay.
hands-on.
See, in Uganda, as long as you have, as long as you're satisfied somewhere, you can go to the university because the university even teach for the diplomas.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a diploma program and the bachelors and others.
And that's. I thought universities only start with the degrees.
No, in Uganda it's a different case. You can acquire actually a diploma at the university if you ever went there with a certificate.
My brother, we are dropouts. You were still reading something. My dropout brother.
It's a dropout.
No one is a dropout.
So this guy continues to say,
Can we catch up from the
from the mating habits, right?
yeah.
So he says, and so while look like an African and sound like an African and walk like an African and laugh like an African, I am very much out of place there. I think he's trying to say like he cannot look like an African, sound like an African, walk like an African, laugh like an African.
Very primitive, he will be considered.
Like he's very much out of place there. Yeah. So he continues to say, there are two aspects of my personality in particular that will forever make me a foreigner in my birthplace. You understand?
It's making sense.
Okay. The first is that I have lost all vestiges of religiosity and any adherence to the concept of the supernatural.
What does it mean?
Do you need to break down?
Read it again, please.
He says, the first is that I have lost all vestiges of religiosity and adherence to the concept of the supernatural.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Because you're made to question your religion as well, and you start to even wonder if there's the big being. There's a lot of things that will make you question your. You have to be strong. Like you have to. I'm telling you, you have to be strong to say, okay, I'm religious and I believe there is God. Okay. Otherwise, there's lots of things
You
that are
end
gonna
up
make
worshiping
you.
Beyonce.
Whoever you decide to worship, but I don't want to make mention.
So he continues to say, and as much as I fell out of places in certain parts of the US because of the high levels of religiosity, it's nothing compared to what you encounter in Africa.
So, in Africa too, it's.
I think I don't know why his
He
experience
says-
was like in Africa because
No, in
He's
Africa,
at crossroads.
we actually have a strong belief in God.
yeah, that's
It's
one I
actually
think I know for
strong.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, but there you're just left to wonder until you find yourself. Okay, because they will pull you this way, they'll pull you that way, they'll pull you. Everyone has their own ideology, and it's fine. We are entitled to that.
Yeah.
It's just filter whatever you're hearing
Yeah.
and gauge out whatever is you find more sensible, especially when it comes to God. I'm not going to advise anything, but I myself believe God is, he exists. I believe in God, yes.
So he says, people like me exist, but they know better than to voice their opinions.
Yeah.
The second is that there is a certain difference to elders that have lost.
Say that again.
The second is like
Mm.
the second view.
Mm.
His second view
Mm.
is that there is a certain difference to elders that he has lost.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain ways you are not supposed to address, respond to, or think about your elders.
Yes.
You remember what we were talking about earlier? I mean, in the past years here?
Mm.
Like, we were trying to say in Uganda, a Ugandan child, you're not allowed to be opinionated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's the case like in the diaspora.
No, there they
Oh.
say you they have a voice. They can even
You
sue
have
you.
a voice.
So
Yeah.
I think it's time to
properly.
talk about the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Something she
said-
said, the kneeling thing when you gave an example of kneeling.
Yeah, he said something about the elders. Yeah, for some reason you find that actually I got asked by someone the other day. He said, "There's something I've observed. People in the UK, mostly girls, in this situation is like you find all of them have lashes. There are certain things you just know this one is from the UK. They've got longer lashes. They've got. I mean, just look at me. But
we
he
already see
says
the
Baby
he says
hair.
from
baby
20.
hair, hands it up.
from 20 to like 35,
Uh-huh.
okay, they kind of behave the same. That's why you find someone, if you're used to looking at someone and you're like, I'll say she's like 35, you find someone doing the same things like a 35-year-old. When you ask them, they're 15. Because so now how is that person gonna respect you if you're doing the same things?
Yeah.
And I would say this, most of the times things that keep people in check here, it would be money. How are you going to stand up to your dad? How are you going to stand up to your dad and be like, just give up your opinions in a rude way or something like that, or just mzasagala kuoza bintu bikasera monjeze bintu, you know?
When you know you're gonna ask
They're
them
gonna
for
they're gonna
upkeep.
give you your belongings and tell you to leave. Where are you gonna go?
Mm-hmm.
But back there, kids from 16 are working, yeah? So they'll go to work and they'll get like, well, 100, no, I'll say like 300 pounds a month. They'll feel big because they got money. So you chase them out, they'll go somewhere and camp there for a while. Like, the money keeps people in check. If you have money, you will tell somebody to slap themselves and they would do it. Yeah.
I just remember they ever candy for money.
Me.
At school, me.
You had money
In high
and
school, I was broke. So man them told me, if you're gonna get this money, I'm gonna give you like 5 strokes.
Or
And
your
what?
your pops.
I don't want to
No,
say.
my
someone.
That's the friend at school.
At school.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was broke. And this guy told me
I would make that money as well, man.
I did make the money.
No, I cheated for somebody.
You
Just-
cheated for somebody.
Yeah, I was in primary 6 and then someone told me, if you sit for my exam, I'll give you 50,000. I said, what? I had never received anything above 20,000, okay? When she said she was going to give me 50,000 pounds, 50,000, I sat for the papers, but I got flogged really, really badly. I got beaten up by every teacher in the school. I got disciplined by everyone. I could not sit. I never even had a bum, but
So I
that
can
day I lost the little that I had.
demonstrate that you were intelligent.
Not like, yeah, I was really good at English. I was good at science.
I was good at everything.
I hated mathematics, but I wasn't so bad at it.
What was I good at?
You you are the backbench.
Lusoga. He was good at Lusoga and art. Technical drawing.
What was I good at? I honestly don't remember. I
So
think.
this guy can say,
Mm.
I can fake a very superficial version of this, but not for long and not consistently enough. I don't know if you guys are trying to dig the stuff here. Inevitably, there are some cultural expectations that trip me up. And so interacting with my uncles is always like a very stressful experience. I know that there are some norms I must be in some effortless way breaking. Or at least I fear as much during every second of our interactions. And I'm not enough of an optimist to think that I'll be afforded to be the benefit of the doubt. Right? I mean, there's a way this guy writes it. Excuse me if I read it wrongly. I should read it.
We'll dissect it. No worries.
Okay. because there are some random commas and full stops and everything.
Okay. No worries.
Maybe he's just trying to really break
Emphasize.
it down from his emotions. I do understand how he was writing it. Yeah. It's like,
So I'm gonna read it again. He says, and I'm not enough of an optimist to think that I'll be afforded the benefit of the doubt. Indeed, I know of instances in which I wasn't. And so I remain aloof.
Aloof.
Yeah.
What is aloof?
Read that last statement again.
He says, and I'm not enough of an optimist to think that I'll be afforded the benefit of the doubt. Indeed, I know of instances in which I wasn't. And so I remain aloof.
So like, it's just, what can I say? How can I break it down? Because I can't. I'll Google it down for you.
What's the spelling of that word?
It's A-L-O-F.
Yeah.
What does it even mean?
Aloof is, let me first get the proper explanation, and then not friendly or forthcoming, cool and distant. They are cautious but faintly aloof. He stayed aloof, conspicuously uninvolved. No, uninvolved. Okay, so more like he stays back, like he steps back from it. So because here it says uninvolved, if you want to read it yourself. So like tagala being is
So
atitalos and
after I read this paragraph, how try to break it down in my understanding, yeah? So he continues to say,
There you go.
Do you get it?
You get it, yeah? He continues to say, it's better that way. Besides,
took it back.
I don't miss the place.
He does not miss home.
Yeah. So my friendships are from more than half my life ago.
So your life has actually changed. And people have changed. That's true. I first thought.
And the people who know me there know a younger version of me who no longer exists.
Thank you very much.
For better or worse, I am an American today. And it's in the US that I will live and die. You understand, Buka? Jay, you in?
I mean, I do actually understand his point.
So this second paragraph was about him not being able to relate with his elders, family, uncles, aunties, and everything.
Because now they start to say, wait.
But now the conclusion is it for me.
You're not part of us no more.
So I think he's trying to say like his whole self has changed from the time he left Africa.
Man was 15.
We can just track back by the time we were not staying in Kampala. Let's say for the people who are not born in Kampala. You happen to go maybe back to your village where maybe you grew up from. And it's a whole different scheme, different everything. The people you knew there could have left, or they also changed. Maybe they are your friends. They knew a different version of you. Maybe by then, let's say you were a pickpocketer. But now you're a different person. Just an example. Just an example. Or let's say
I'm changing my whole wardrobe.
You could be maybe
I need to suit up.
To Kampala and you start to do music. And then you're a vibrant person. This other person knows a different version of you, and they are your friends by that version of you.
By the time I left home, I was trying to sing, but not professionally. However, I was a DJ. You get professionally, I was a DJ.
You have been through a lot, and a lot has been through you.
Yeah, it's just that something you said. You are 15, but you're thinking like a 30-year-old.
Yeah,
that's what happened to me as well.
So Jay.
I'm not 15 though. I just said you could be 15.
Jay,
are we talking to a minor?
For better for worse, he will live and die in the US and as an American.
You see, I called some of my friends, you know, there's something called a bond. Because if I don't talk to you every day, we won't be as close. I'm not saying every day, but like keep you in the loop. You won't really be my friend. And then people grow and change and pick up habits. I could be thinking, oh, you're still my loyal friend, but you picked up a habit of not being trustworthy, you know, you're always gossiping about something. I'm going to distance myself from you. And also, when I come in, if I've not been talking to you, not in touch, you don't talk to me, there's no exchange of messages. So you want me to come back here? You see me on social media posting I'm in Uganda, and you start, tondi nako tonkebeda nako, like, because you've never checked up on me. What gives you the entitlement that I'll look for you? And then sometimes when you come back, these people as well, you people, start picking up on us.
Yeah.
So you're like,
You guys use the phrase of omanyi mwaba na Uganda.
Because mutu kana mwe, you give us up and you just say, abalandani.
Abalandana.
Abasama. You get it? So, yeah.
So,
So it's just, what I was trying to say, like, I rang up someone, an old friend of mine, and I was like, are you all right? They're like, and you're not. So I tried to speak in Uganda. Then I told them who I was, and they're like, Kufadingo yogera botyo. And the way they were speaking was not welcoming. Do you get it? It's like, you're talking to me, not anybody else. But that's how I speak when it comes to English. I cannot.
you cannot pretend.
My accent in Luganda is Luganda
It's changing
alone.
over time.
Okay? My Luganda is Luganda. My English is English.
In addition to
Achagala nteke omchere mu nyama. No. What? Nyama mbinyebwa.
In addition to that,
Okay.
You remember this guy left when he was like 15 because he said he lived in Africa for 15
15 is
years.
a big one.
You understand?
Yeah.
But remember,
That's a very deadly age.
remember that period of life, that age gap. That kind of age. Is that the adolescent stage?
It's a transition to a
transitional
teen.
stage, yeah. This is where you get to adopt most habits. That's where you get to change your lifestyle. Most of us, the way we were behaving when we were 14 and below, it's not the same way we are right now.
Mandem.
I'll say this to you.
We're giving birth to robot kids.
I can also tell you this. If I was still in Uganda, I don't think I would be in the events industry or music industry or whatever. Because one, how would I have access? Two, my mom to let me sleep outside for a night.
Yeah.
Are you mad? But because I'm there and they have this mindset of, she's safe. I mean, even if she does not have Uber money, she'll get on a bus and I know she'll come back home. Okay? It's there's that exposure. There's also the freedom and the security and the services, okay? Now, if a girl comes back from the United Kingdom and they come here and they're like, the elders here tell her off about, nengo genda nnyo wabweru. Very wajja ku holiday every night. Come back in the morning. Do you get it? They start to feel like, why are you limiting me? Why are you limiting my freedom? Yeah. Who are you to tell me that? I have the right to go outside. But you have to understand where you are. That Ndimuwala, by midnight at least, yes, I will come back home. And I'm scared of being outside in Uganda. I'm sorry. With all these issues and stories that I hear. After midnight, I'm home.
I'll tell you, Uganda is the most safe place, actually.
It is safe, but let me tell you.
No, in the context of her setting.
In my setting.
In the setting of the day.
I'm very paranoid about, like yesterday I was wearing my baggy jeans. I have like 4 pockets here and then 4 pockets here. So I kept changing my phone location. We were at no, look. We were at a football.
Once beaten.
We were watching
Once beaten.
We went for a football match with Wakiso Giants versus KCCA. Yeah, Wakiso won 2-1.
Actually, I lost.
Yeah. No,
First
Wakiso
give us a
won.
wrong
No, we lost
fixture.
for KCCA.
No, at least you got one. In the last minute, I swear to God, and it was a lucky one. He hit 2 poles and then
You're for the Wakiso Giants?
whoever won, and it was Wakiso Giants. So he won.
She's a
But yes,
typical.
so my whole point is, kept changing it, but somebody was eyeing my phone. So when I changed it, I was seated down, in my other pocket, right? The one that's down next to the hymn. This person came and tried to like grab my pocket. I was like, bro, what's happening? And then my brother was like, I know you. Oh, thank God I actually put it down because these people will come at you any given time.
Detecting Omulanda
They'll come at you any given time. So I don't feel that safe. I feel safe, but I also have to be on the lookout 24/7.
Yeah. That's you.
You'll be surprised in London, there's thieves as well. My mom's fast phone, she was entering the bus after tapping. Somebody just came, grabbed it and went. Actually walked majestically and went. So you're wondering.
She froze.
She just looked. Like, what can you do?
Nothing.
Because this person ran like for like a few kilometers. No, kilometers is too
A few
much.
steps.
No, not steps. They really, really went on a run. But then you could see them down the hill after, because they stopped running, realizing my mom cannot run. My mom cannot run. She'll just look at you. So yeah, there's also thieves, pickpocketers. Yeah, it's real everywhere.
I was trying to digest this guy's whole situation, and my submission is like, this guy having left Africa at 15. Remember, your whole life tends to change at that age, and then it changes in a different world. So clearly, it's too hard for him to adopt the back life.
To the backtrack of what the person left in the past.
Yeah.
I think we keep having these conversations of why are the Africans in the diaspora not reconnecting. But
And
excuse me,
saying,
we keep throwing the blame game, yeah. But I think over time these dialogues are going to change, because when you listen to what that person wrote, I don't know whether a male or female, a male, what that person wrote, you're like, oh, I give it a second thought, and I can't throw blame on this person or judge this person.
Yeah, there's a lot of judgment. Trust me.
You get, even if he took time and sought for his roots, like he wouldn't connect. He left at a very crucial age.
And by the way, like I was telling you,
maybe the parents were laid
we're just
back.
only talking about the people in diaspora, but there are also people in Uganda, let's say in the capital, who cannot track back to their home grounds.
Yeah.
With the same reasons.
Yeah, they're like, you know, we have people who are like, I can listen, I can understand when you speak Luganda, but I cannot speak it.
I was about to say, there's people's homes you go to, and they're like, Mugambe muluzungu, Luganda talutegera. And they're like, I am struggling to keep up with my Luganda every day, and you're telling me
it's okay, we're good.
Every day, and you're telling me you live in Uganda where people speak Luganda, you get visitors. Use the chance when the visitors come, let them talk to the child and tell the child, come jangu.
Just about finding a cool.
Julie,
people think it's not cool to speak Luganda. It is very cool. If I'm on the bus and there's thousands of people, I find it really cool to say olyocha than hi, hello.
Where I stay,
it now makes sense.
You get it?
Now makes sense.
I was telling you guys, where I stay, I had my neighbor. She was telling her kids, they were playing and they were speaking Luganda. So she told them, can't you guys use English?
Hey, you told me about that scenario.
Yeah. Because it
this lady,
my mind like so
this lady
much.
was telling the kids, play in English.
Can't you play in English?
So I don't know how you do play in English.
You don't know how to play in English.
How do you play in English?
But the kids are Ugandans, they've been speaking Luganda.
Exactly.
Here.
No, but I think, okay, now let me take it in this context. They want, probably, because English is a subject.
Widely spoken also.
No, it's
as
just
well.
a subject, yes. So in this situation, they're trying to teach them so that they can be able to hold conversations with other people from other countries or places or tribes, because you will not speak Luganda to actually people, but you speak English to them, right?
Yeah.
You will communicate.
So,
but still, I just want them to balance it out. There's umanaja kufenjala without saying bampemed. At least learn to ask for food. Very important, by the way. Learn to ask for food and money.
But you understand what this
and
woman
directions,
how she's trying to nurture her children, because they were speaking their local language, playing with the same language. But she's like, can't you guys play in English? She wants them to adopt speaking more like it's
like drop what you have, and then
maybe those kids performed poorly in English.
No,
she's the kind of woman who speaks English. Even if she's
defending her, they're your kids.
No,
they're
not my kids, but the content is like, drop this, get this, run with it.
See, Julie, she's
the
kind of woman who always wants to speak English with everyone. Not for Uganda. She wants to speak English with everyone. You understand?
Okay.
So I think she's the kind of woman who wants to prioritize English.
That's her lifestyle. She wants to choose that.
So you realize that even us who are here are trying to drop our cultures even without leaving the country.
You are actually. So I don't know why when we go there and adapt and adopt everything we find there, then you call us a big problem. Ate mama, ate mwatambula. That's what they
visa
say.
travelers. But you know, I had a lot of points to put out before you read that.
Yeah.
When you read that, I was like, you know what, I have to hold back my thoughts because it gave me a different context.
Yeah.
And I feel, you see, from that, after 2 or 3 years, it's going to be a different story.
It is.
Yeah.
You get, and we are not going to be able to catch up. So we either protect what we have here, and who chooses to connect with that or reconnect with that, it's their choice. But we can't keep throwing blame on the people in the diaspora, the Africans in the diaspora.
Yeah.
If they choose to, because it's also hard to export a culture.
It's hard for...
We've seen Red Indians fade out from their land, their own land. You get, so it's hard to export a culture and you'll be like, you know what, we are staying rooted to this in a country that has different cultures.
And also a
and
country
diversity.
that has so many laws and rules against anything. That child will come back home and refuse to kneel. And then you try to enforce it on them, right? And then they'll go on the phone and ring social services and being abused. And then they'll come to your house, okay?
You want to know that
They'll
it's our
come to your
culture
house,
live.
and then they'll ask you, why are you forcing him to kneel? Now, that's why I was trying to say, learn, be educated about your culture. Why do you kneel? Okay, let me ask. Why do the Baganda kneel when they're greeting? Nabasoga, you kneel, right?
It's just a sign of respect.
Okay, so if I greet you, if I humble myself properly and so, you don't take that. I don't respect you.
So Julie,
I'm trying to challenge it so you can actually know why you kneel.
We understand. I'll tell you, I'm a guy, I'm a boy. And I was raised to kneel before everyone until
I thought that doesn't apply to men or to boys.
Or 15. It does. I mean, it depends on the family.
Until a certain age.
I'm telling you, that's why I'm telling my story.
My brother used to kneel, but currently I tell him not to.
Story.
Yeah.
If I man, Buganda culture.
No, we have certain cultures, but I don't remember my father raising me like that. The only thing I remember was him teaching us the Busoga anthem.
Do you have an anthem? What is the Busoga anthem?
So that should have come first.
So I think
I'm not laughing at the culture, believe me. I apologize. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at you.
Family. Like I think my family, my parents were so much invested in promoting that immense culture in their children. Like they want you to be deeply involved into it. Even though you're a boy, but you've got to kneel before elders. Until I left home, actually.
It's a sign of belonging, though. Culture. Also ask yourself, what's the importance of culture? Before thinking of, gonna be a culture, I just want to mind myself and be... You don't want to kneel. Why? Because a friend of yours who is white or British, they don't kneel. So he's questioning you. So you're picking up not kneeling from their culture. So basically that you're practicing
their culture.
More like it. If I drop something that I've been used to, aware of, and I pick up something else because somebody else influenced me to do it, I'm picking up on, it could be lifestyle, could be, see when you watch people and be like, I actually like the way Koreans dress. Okay. So you start dressing up, that streetwear, baggy stuff and all that. Why? Because you got inspiration from them. Why? They influenced you. That's their lifestyle. Do you get it? So you drop whatever you've been, I'm going to be wearing kimono from Japan. So you're dropping your gomasi and now your gomesi and now you're wearing kimono.
It being also we're living in the generation of in the world of human rights and qualities. But like I'm entitled to my rights.
There's a lot of rights. A lot of rights.
So somebody will be like, it's my right not to kneel. I don't care about your culture.
It even comes back to talking about sexuality. Like it's a different case with Africa. It's a different case with the diaspora. When it comes to conversations surrounding sexuality. Like we all have different ideologies about sexuality. Yeah. But anyways,
I used to, sorry,
okay.
because I was thinking about disciplining, and then my mom used to beat me up, but sometimes I'm like, maybe I should thank her for beating me up. I wasn't an easy kid, by the way. I was very calm though, but my mind was always boiling. I was always up to something. So when I say I'm not beating up my brother and he does something wrong, I'm like, the woman that raised you is not the same woman that raised me. So be glad that at least these rights were put because I got beaten up real bad. You don't have to be beaten up. Hey, but so why? Because you're about kubanga now. You don't have to be beaten for about kubanga to put us in shape, and they realized, okay, beating is probably abuse or something like that. Let's put other ways, like talk to the child, educate them, expose this to them, give them options. When they hit the dead end, they will know, oh, that was the actual road, not this one. To get it. So yeah. I think there's also, let's talk about disciplining actually. Do you think it's right to beat a child?
In Africa?
Everywhere. Because a child is a child, regardless.
It depends, man.
Okay, so if you traveled from here, would you cease being Bokachimi or, okay, no, let me use his real name because you're Julius Mawanda, right?
Yeah.
Would you cease to be Julius Mawanda just because you've traveled?
Not really.
You're the same human being. You're still a boy.
Yeah.
Well, unless
but in a different setting.
In a different setting. So it's the same you. That's why I didn't even.
Maybe some settings.
I didn't know.
Zikuletera n'okukwatibwa ensonyi okuba otya omwana gye batakuba baana.
I did know.
Because in Africa, there's a common saying.
There's a difference of black and white. Until I was in that country, it's real. Black, whites, this, that, Hispanic, that. I didn't know. I used to think we're the same. They just have a different.
There's black, white.
No, I don't. Of course, I see the color. I know, but I didn't think we're supposed to take it deep into racism and all that. Oh,
come on! It's in South Africa as well. Just here around the corner.
Yeah, but I've never been to South Africa. I'm talking about me coming from Uganda to wherever I went. Okay, that's when I realized, oh, I'm actually supposed to handle myself like this. They are supposed to handle themselves like that.
Thanks for rocking with us. Thanks for riding with us. It's the Kings and Queens podcast, powered by a peaceful home. We are located in Virginia, USA. As we close this down, Sweet Gangster, what could be your last remarks? And Jay, thanks for riding with us.
Always.
Thanks for honoring the call.
It's a pleasure.
And thanks for taking us in your diaspora world.
Oh, I'm about to land though, so.
We learned a few words in British.
What did you learn?
Bava.
I didn't say that. It's funny because actually there's lots of accents. Even I struggle with some of them.
Okay.
Like to hear them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, you give us your last remarks, then Jay will give us her last remarks as well.
I thank God that we came across this post that I just read and having her as well to help us digest.
Give us a very actual perspective.
Because I think this time around we are speaking for the many, because lots of people have different ideas about this whole thing, because we all have people in the diaspora, friends and family. And we always ask ourselves, why do they act like this? So we thank everybody who's pitching in all the time, and we're looking forward to having everybody's experience so we can get to know more about this, because that's the only way to go, yeah?
Yeah, and I think I'll throw this to the producers. We need to read more comments. Yeah, we need to read more comments from the people, because, I mean, why we create this is to engage with people and also get to learn from them.
Yeah.
Because we interact with people who experience whatever we talk about firsthand.
Yeah.
So it's important to read the comments out and maybe react to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gangster, thank you so much. Jay.
So thank you very much for having me. It's been a pleasure sharing my experience, my ideology. Hopefully somebody's mind was opened or gave somebody an insight into it. And I hope I represented some people in a good way. If I didn't, I apologize. If I offended anyone in any way, that was not my intention. And hopefully I'll be back soon, sometime.
Yeah, you'll definitely be back.
Yeah, I would love to come back. Yeah.
Even if it's over a Skype call or a video podcast, we'll have you back.
It's always good to be back. I mean, to come here because I think it's good to educate other people and also get other people's opinions.
Yeah, you still wanna say something?
Wanna say what?
Something.
I guess you're gonna be flying with a British accent.
Yeah.
So he's no longer Bukachimi, by the way.
Of course, I'm Nigerian. I'm Nigerian. I'm now Ebuka.
Ebuka. So you'll be shiny.
I'm Ebuka. So my sister. Anyways, it's the Kings and Queens podcast.
So you're no longer Jamaican because you was Buka something Manfidigaudem, right? So
No,
now you have to say in the British
my
accent.
Nigerian brothers and sisters gave me a Nigerian name. So I'm now called Ebuka.
Ebuka.
I'm
and
officially
alias?
Nigerian.
And no alias?
It's just Ebuka.
Okay, Ebuka. So I get...
Alias for me.
For him,
What's your
he's
still Julius?
Yeah.
Samawanda.
It's Samawanda, aka
Julio.
aka
Also, Julio, that is more Italian, Mexican, Spanish, right?
He kind of has a
Julio.
secret name for his socials. Yeah, he's a sweet gangster. So the Julio
So you're
describes the
sweet
gangster bit of it.
Sweet, yes. Gangster. Okay.
A sweet one.
It's a sweet one.
Yeah, but I don't think you're gangster.
A sweet one.
No, gangster.
Someone said he looks too polite to be a gangster.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Anyways, it's the Kings and Queens podcast. We're signing out. Please subscribe. The Men at Work is our YouTube channel. Thank you for riding with us. Thank you for rolling with us. I remain Bukachimi, your host. Peace out.